So I'm a firm believer that E3 this year would have been sick. Like, not no pun intended as in the COVID-19 thing, but I'm being serious. E3 this year would have been amazing. Like the number of trailers that are coming out for things are just like there's so many that I can't actually keep up with the amount of games that I would actually want to play. Honestly, I would say if every game that came out was even $40, I have at least I have at least $300 to spend in games this year for what's going to be coming out. Maybe more because I might get collector's editions. But nonetheless, I'm not here to ramble. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chaos the Gamer, and yes, I am very, very, very well impressed with the amount of trailers that have been coming out for these games this year. But there are a lot of trailers that you guys have not seen for games that you probably have not played before or probably won't even like. But for that reason, I figured I should really do this video because there's a lot of sick games that I'm excited for. So, with that being said, my first one, and I was actually watching this from E3 last year, is Dead Static Drive. I don't know what it is about this game entirely. I mean, maybe it has something to do with the art style. Maybe it does. But overall, I really think I would enjoy this game. As you probably noticed, I've been enjoying a lot more top-down games, a lot more classic non-Call of Duty all-the-time games. So a game like Dead Static Drive to me is actually really good for a lot of I want to say non-advanced players out there. So for the most part, Dead Static Drive is literally called Grand Theft Cthulhu. And I don't know necessarily why, but after playing the game a little bit, you might get that bit of a sense. So, in terms of like the whole Grand Theft, it's the old school Grand Theft Auto style in terms of having a top down shooter that you can get inside of a car. In terms of the whole Cthulhu thing, you can see this guy's getting like feathers and he just previously killed two other zombies. I guess the combination of the two would be basically it's a game where you are inside of your car and because of everything going on, it's a little on the darker side cuz if you know anything about Cthulhu, it gets dark. It gets real freaking dark. But for the most part, other than the gameplay that you're saying here, this is actually gameplay from 3 years ago. So you're not looking at a full finished product for whatever it is, Dead Static Drive will be on my list for this year's releases, no matter what. And as you can see, this guy's shooting the AI. Uh, Not necessarily a lot of fancy gameplay going on, but from what I understand, there's a lot more mechanics in here other than what I'm showing you. So there's just that. So, next up is a little game that I think honestly a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. Because I saw this trailer, well, not this specific trailer. I saw a gameplay for this game like 3 or 5 years ago or something like that. I swear, it was a long time. But Biomutant. This game looks incredible. And I can already tell from the amount of time that it's been taken to actually put this game out the amount of time that they took to do this game. I don't know what their inspirations were. I don't want to say it's Breath of the Wild because everyone just assumes that a game's going to take after Breath of the Wild. This game was started way before Breath of the Wild, so you can't technically say that. But for the most part, Biomutant is an open world RPG, and yes, that sounds very familiar. But if you're looking at everything, you get to play as a fuzzy animal, not a regular soldier or anything or some lost wandering samurai. You get to play as an animal. You get to play as a bat, a raccoon, a fox, whatever these other things are. And for the most part, even the boss battles themselves just look so not out of place, but just so weird in a good way. Like the way that they've done these characters and the way that they've done the environment, everything matches so perfectly. Like I said, I don't know what their inspirations were in terms of the actual designs of the characters and the monsters that are in the game, or why they chose to do this at all. But regardless of which, Biomutant is definitely going to be on my list of games that I'm going to be getting. And I know I keep saying that, but out of all the games that have happened, look at this bat with the staff. There's a bat with a Donatello staff. You can't tell me that none of this is sick in your eyes right now. You can't tell me. He has a grappling. It's a mouse with a grappling hook. This is insane right now. I'm sorry for getting so hyped up, but I've been waiting for this game for a very long time since I actually seen it. And I'm actually happy that they decided to show some gameplay off because I was having little faith that I would be able to play it. So, for the most part, again, with all of these games coming out, I don't have official dates for these things because they don't give official dates, obviously. But if I am right, this should be happening this year. Maybe in the fall, maybe in the winter, who knows? But for the most part, Biomutant is definitely going to be that game I spend a lot of time on. And I hope you guys spend a lot of time on this game too. Whew, man, this game is sick. I can't wait. But moving on. So next up is a game that, oh man, I was seriously blown away by this. Like I got really, really hyped for that. Biomutant was good, but I actually got really, really hyped for this next one. Almighty Kill Your Gods. I'm not even sure what it is that they were even going for. It looks like World of Warcraft, but with a mixture of it looks like a PC game that I played a while back called WildStar, but regardless, it's like World of Warcraft meets supreme badassery. I don't know what to describe in any of this, honestly. Like the way that everything is in the background, this seems like it's all in gameplay. Granted, I know a lot of this stuff right here is scripted. She's carrying a pig with a giant heart. Oh my goodness. Everything they're showing is just like, what the heck is going on right now? Why? I have so many questions about this game. I really, really do. I really, really do. And like I said, I haven't played like World of Warcraft or anything like that, but it really reminds me of that because of the art style that it has. It really, really does. Dude, you can jump around, you can run on all four, you can shoot from your left hand, obviously, as you would imagine, because this is a magic based game. But what I was amazed with the most, and it's probably going to come up in a little bit, you can actually you can take a giant arm from the god that you killed. Yeah, that you can pick up his head, his arm, and just what are we doing? What am I even watching? That's not to say that this is bad. This is amazing from what I'm seeing, and I can honestly use another game like this. I don't I don't get into RPGs. Respectfully, I don't get into MMOs or RPGs. There haven't been a lot of them out there to actually grasp me. And that is even including PSO Online too. And I'm being very serious about this. So my hope for this game will be that it gets me back into that RPG feel, even though it's really hard for me to do that style of gaming again like I used to back in the day, but that was back in the day and I was a 17-year-old noob. Can't believe I just said that. Like I said, with a lot of these games coming out, I don't know when they're going to come out, but I can't wait for when it does. That's all I'm going to say about this one. So, next up on my list of games for this year is Deathloop. You may not be able to understand what it is from what I'm showing you right now, but Deathloop kind of has that I want to say it has an art style of BioShock, but with a little bit of the mechanics from Dishonored. If you remember Dishonored, Dishonored was a fairly good game. And as you can see, he's going to teleport. Yeah, it's got a little bit of the Dishonored mechanics as well as an art style of Bioshock. I really enjoyed Bioshock Infinite, so I actually don't mind playing games like this again. I really don't. Honestly, I miss games like this. Third person shooters have a tendency to just get that repetitive aspect on them. And I'm not really able to like give into detail what that means, but you know, you got your basic Call of Duty, your basic Battlefield, stuff like that. But for the most part, Deathloop is definitely going to be in my archive of games that I'm going to be getting. From what I can understand, a lot of developers are actually trying to make a little bit more of a focus on what happens to the player when they die. A lot of games just put you back in your last respawn or at your last save point or your last checkpoint. I've noticed a lot of devs have decided to take a different approach on what happens when you die in these games. So for the most part, I want to say when you die, you probably have the ability to rewind exactly what happened and completely just change exactly how you were going to approach this level in the first place. Oh my god, I forgot all about that. That was sick. Regardless of which, Deathloop is definitely going to be one of those games that I'm going to have to look out for. And I hope you guys do too, because this art style and everything in general, I don't know how long they've been working on the game, but man, it looks like they put a lot of polish and effort on this. And this is just a trailer for the game. I'm not sure when Deathloop comes out, but for a fact, I will be getting it. So, next up is Star Renegade. And this trailer doesn't give a very good description of the actual gameplay mechanics. It's more of a story thing. But so far from what I can understand, Star Renegade is going to be like a, how should I say? It's more of a turn-based game if you're into that type of thing. I'm not necessarily sure what the story could be about, but if I have to actually think about it, the way this trailer looks, uh, it's looking like a Supergirl, the last Kryptonian type of thing in a way. But like I said, this game, if I'm correct, this is a turn-based game, and you are using mechs and using droids and stuff like that, as you can see what she's doing. And I don't know, the art style that you see in this trailer is not the final product of the game. Actually, the art style of the game, if I could actually find it right now, the art style of the game is actually very pixelated. Like, all right, let me show you for a sec. So this is the gameplay of Star Renegade. And as you can see, the main character, I believe, just kind of went down. Whatever it is. So, Star Renegade is also made by Raw Fury, who are also the same guys that made West of the Dead that stars Ron Perlman. And what I liked about this game only was just the pixelated art style, as you can see what's going on right here. I don't know what it is with me. Maybe I'm just a retro gamer in a sense, but yo, this looks really freaking dope. Like, I'm sorry. There's no way I'm not getting this game. If you would have played this game back then on your Nintendo 64, you would probably have a freaking seizure. That not to joke about people who have seizures, but still. Like this game is there's so much depth and fidelity in the amount of what you can do with pixels. Like I have full confidence that this is gonna be one of those games that I spend at least several hours of my day on. Granted, I still have to beat Ghost of Tsushima, but that's a whole nother story for another day. This next game, I wouldn't say it's a game that I've been waiting my entire life for, but it is a game that I've been waiting kind of my entire life for. Samurai Jack. Okay, I don't want to get too hype into this. Honestly, I'm more hyped for this game compared to all the ones that I've shown you. And it's literally just because of the main character. Samurai Jack is my favorite character of all Cartoon Network history. He really is. But regardless of which, there's a trailer that they just popped up 3 days ago that I didn't actually watch. And granted, the gameplay for Samurai Jack looks fairly basic. I'm not gonna lie, it really does. I'm just excited about this game because of the actual, just the feel of it. It's like it's the feel of those people that got Final Fantasy VII Remake. This to me is something that I've been kind of waiting for a very long time. So right now I'm on IGN, as you would obviously see, and this is so far the gameplay of Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. Regardless of which, I don't care how lame or how childish anyone thinks this game is. The fact that you can go through the entire story of season 1 through 5, I believe, the entire season, the entire series of the show is just awesome to me. And like I said, I'm not looking for a lot of crazy game mechanics, even though this does look like it's working on its final polish. I'm really excited for Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. And he just disarmed that guy and took his gun just like I would imagine the actual Samurai Jack to be able to do. Regardless, I don't know when this game is going to come out. Like all these games that I've been saying, unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait. But Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. If there's anyone who is an old Cartoon Network fan, I have faith that you would probably play this for the level of nostalgia. Like I said, people who play FF7 Remake, they love that nostalgic feel of it. And that is primarily going to be my reason for this game. Holy crap. He just disarmed that guy so sick. All right, let me calm down. We're going to go to the next game. But like I said, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, really excited for it. Can't wait. Really can't wait. So, this next game that's coming up, last but not least, Star Wars Squadrons. This game looks amazing. And I have to admit, similar to the World of Warcraft thing earlier, I don't play Star Wars games. I honestly don't. I don't even watch the Star Wars movies. When it comes to Star Wars, I know the characters, I know the plot, I know the pacing of the story and everything else like that. I'm just not a very huge fan of Star Wars. I am a huge fan of video games, however, and this, based off of what they've been showing, is probably right up my alley. So, if I'm correct, they plan on doing a 3D VR headset mode for this game. I'm not sure if it's going to be on release, but from what I understand, they're actually trying to make this game be the best experience for not just Star Wars players, but I want to say fighter pilot players who like to play those type of games and everything. For everything that I'm seeing right now, this is, I wouldn't say, right up my alley, but I haven't played a game like this in a while, so it actually would be very fun to get a little bit of a difference compared to what I'm used to. But man, honestly, like I said, I don't play or do anything related to Star Wars. This looks amazing. I know that a lot of people have so much lack of faith in games like this, like AAA super hype games and stuff like this. But I don't think that we're gonna feel that way about this at all. It looks amazing, and if I have that much confidence about it, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people will, other than the 5.7K that just dislike this video. But forget those people. Focus on me for a sec. This game looks amazing. Everything that's going on is, I don't want to say something that happened in the story. I don't know if we're going to go through the actual story of the movie or whatnot, but if you can do customization as well as actually get a feel of gyroscoping and flipping around without getting that motion sickness that most people do in VR headsets, it is possible. This looks amazing. It it's honestly one of the most immersive games that I've actually probably put on this list, and that's probably why I'm putting it on this list. This is one of the most crazy looking games that I've actually seen, and I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that I want to play a Star Wars game. That's why this is on the list specifically. But guys, for the most part, I don't want to bore you guys with all the things that I enjoy. I would love to know what is everyone else out there actually excited for, because other than this and that Wookiee bobblehead, uh, other than this, there's a lot of games that I actually haven't mentioned or whatever, but it's probably a little too long of a video to actually be doing. So I would really appreciate whatever anyone else is actually out there trying to play and what you're excited for. Honestly, I could have put Halo Infinite on here, but based on everything that's been going on, Halo Infinite is very far from now, and I haven't seen actual gameplay of it. So I can't get that hype, I can't really get that hype for it. I want to do something for Halo Infinite, but there's no word on it. So there's that. Regardless, I'm going to stop rambling, guys. My name is Chaos the Gamer, and yes, I love video games more than breathing sometimes. It's really like that. But hey, that's how it is. If you like this video, I appreciate any type of like or subscribe you guys do. As always, it's my job to play video games so you don't have to, even the bad ones. Man, this game looks sick. I gotta go do stuff. I'll see you guys later. Peace.